Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Coders Arcade. In today's video, we are going to start with a new topic which is file handling in C programming. Okay, so guys, we have also delivered playlists in file handling in Java and Python. So today we are going to start with one new one which is file handling in C programming. Okay, so before starting this video, I would like to request all of you to please show your love and like and share our videos with your friends and family, and also at the same time, please don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot for your support, guys. And please, if you really like the content, please don't forget to subscribe. That really motivates us a lot. Okay. So, without any more ado, let's get started. And this will be the part one of the video. Okay. Which I will be showing how to read data from a text file using C language. Fine. So, let's directly go to our IDE. So, as you can see here, we are inside our IDE and I'm using C line IDE. Fine. You can go ahead with any IDE, that doesn't matter. The code and the syntax will be absolutely same. Okay, so here guys, you can see I have a directory called file handling. Inside that I have a C file called readfile.c and I have this f1.txt. This is a text file. Okay guys, the extension is very important. You have to keep that in mind. Okay, so if you see here, I have some data inside this file. You can see at Coders Arcade, we believe that learning to code, etc. We have some simple paragraph written here, and I will be showing you how to read data from this particular file. Okay, so here I have the readfile.c file created where I'll be writing the code. Okay, so before starting, you should know how to open a file and close a file. Okay, for that, let's start. So file handling in C is actually a crucial aspect of programming, allowing you to read from a file and also write data to files. Okay, so we need to know three modes. Okay, so read, write, and sometimes we need to add some data. Okay, that is called append. These are the three modes actually. Okay, fine. So we'll be talking about the read mode right now. Fine. And guys, for opening files, we need a function called fopen. We'll be using this function. Okay, fopen. And those of you who don't know the fopen file function, it returns a file pointer that points to the beginning of the file. Okay, so let's get started with it. So I'll just write something here: used to open a file. This function is used to open a file, and just because it is a function, let me write a bracket here. Fine, so let's get started. So first thing first, because it is returning a pointer, so I'll use the file pointer here. You can see here guys, file, capital F file. I'll create the pointer fptr. You can write any name, I prefer this. So after that, after reading the data, I need to store it somewhere, right? So for that, I will just use a character array called buffer. Okay, and let me fix the size to say 100 bytes. Okay, so 100 characters it will print. Now, with the help of the pointer, I will use a fopen function, and here I will have to give the parameters or the arguments. It takes two arguments, which is first of all the file name, and then it takes the mode. Fine, you can see here, right? The file name and the mode. So let us go here and give the absolute path of the file name. Okay, so I have the f1.txt. I will just right click, and you can see here I have the copy path reference option. I'll click on this and go to absolute path. Fine, then I will just bring my cursor inside the double quotes and paste it here. You can see guys, I have the file name copied here. Fine, and as I said, we have three modes: read, write, and append. For read, we are trying to read some data, right? So I'll just write R as the mode, small r. Fine, got it. Now, very important thing, we always have to check if the file opening is successful or not. Okay, if the file is not successfully opened, then what happens? The fopen function returns null. Okay, so we have to always check for null. So how do you do it? It's very simple. I'll just write if fptr equal null, then we will return an error message. Okay guys, error handling is also very important, so we have to deal with that properly. Okay, so printf, I will just say error opening the file. Okay, and I'll just give an exclamation mark and say /n to go to the next line. Fine. And then because it is an error, I will just return 1. Make sense? Normally, if we don't have errors, then we return 0, right? So in this case, we have some error, so we are returning 1 to the console or the terminal. Fine. Now let's start with reading the data from the file. Okay, so I'll just write a comment, read and print each line. Okay, in order to read data, we have a function called fgets. Okay, guys, we can read data using 3 different functions. We can use fscanf, we can use fgets, or we can use fread, any one of these. Fine. I will be using the fget function. Okay, let's see how to do it. So I'll just use the while loop. The while loop is needed because if there is no data in the file, it's unnecessary wasted of resources, right? We should not waste our resources. So I'll just say while, I'll use the fget function. Okay, here I will take my buffer variable and then till what extent do you want the max count. So in that, the max count is the size of our buffer. Okay, and then the last one is from where do you want to read. Okay, so for that it is actually the file which is the fptr. Fine. You can see, guys, first it takes the variable where we want to store the data after reading, and then we have the max count, how much data you're reading, and then the file, the location of the file which is stored in the file pointer. Fine. And if this is not equal to null, then only we'll read the data. Is that clear? Fine. Now just say printf. Because the data in the text file is considered a string, guys, if we have integer, decimal, whatever it is considered as string only. Okay, inside the text file. So I'll just write %s as the format specifier, and then I will use my buffer. Fine. And guys, please remember, after we have read the file, we need to close the file. So I will use fclose, and then I will just pass the fptr, our file pointer. Fine, that's all. We are done with it. Now let's just run it and see if we are able to successfully read the data or not. Fine. So I'll right click and run this. Yes, guys, you can see here it's giving us the data. At Chorus Arcade, we believe that learning to code should be an engaging and enjoyable experience. Okay, and so and so. We're getting this data read from this particular file, which is f1.txt. Fine. So this is it, guys. This is how you read data from a file. Okay. I'll repeat myself again. First, we take a file pointer, and then we take a character array so that we can store the data from the file that we have read, and then we take the pointer and we use the fopen function here, which takes 2 arguments. The first one is the file name or the path, the second one is the mode. Because we are reading data, so it is read mode. After that, we just have to check if the file open function has actually read the file or not. So we check if it is null. If it is null, that means we have not been able to read the file. So we print the error message and we return 1. That means there is something wrong in reading the file. Okay. After that, if we have successfully read the file, then we read the data from the file. Okay. So we can use either fscanf, fgets, or fread. Fine. And then we use the while loop so that as soon as the data in the file is over, we stop. So we just say we use the fget function and we pass our character array where we want to store the data. Then we give the max count, which is the size of our character array. And then we pass the file here, the file pointer. If that is not equal to null, till then we print the data. Okay. And just remember, in a text file, whatever data we have is in the form of string. Okay. And after we have successfully read the data, we have to close the file. So that's it about reading the file. Okay. Guys, I hope you have liked this video. If you have any doubts regarding this, you can post your doubts in the comment section. I'll be very happy to clarify them. Thank you for watching. This is Saurabh signing off. The next time I'll be coming on with the next video, the next part, which is writing data into a file. Okay. Thank you for watching. Bye bye and happy learning. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel Coders Arcade. In today's tutorial, we'll be talking about the next part in file handling in C, which is how to write data into a text file. Okay, so in the previous tutorial, I showed you how to read data from a text file. Guys, if you have not watched that, I will give the link in the description and also in the I button. Please go and watch that. And before starting today's video, I would like to request all of you to please like and share our videos with your friends and family. And at the same time, if you really like the content that we bring to you, please don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel, because that really motivates us, and it's a win-win situation for both of us, because I get the subscribers and you get good content, and it's really free of cost. You don't have to pay anything for that, right? So thank you for supporting us as well. So as I said, today's topic will be how to write data into a text file. Okay, so let's get started. I will directly go to my IDE now. Okay, here you can see we are inside our ID, and if you see carefully, in the last tutorial, I took this f1.txt file, this one, it is open here in front of you. I had some text here, which I read with the help of this code, right? You remember that? We created the file pointer, and then we created a character array to store the data. And we handled the error also by using a message saying that if the file pointer returned null, the fopen function returned null, then we were counteracting that message by using the print statement like this. And because it was not correct, so you are returning 1. Okay, and then I said we can use the fgets, appscanf, or the fread function, and I showed you how to use the fget function. Okay, and after that, as I said, very important, we have to close the file after reading, writing, or obviously appending. So guys, as I said, we had 3 modes: the read mode, the write mode, and the append mode. Okay, so we have already seen the read mode. Let's go to the write mode now. Fine, I already created the file here, writefile.c, you can see here. Now let's get started. Okay, so first of all, what I will do is, in the same manner, I will kill the file pointer. The name can be anything, it doesn't matter. Okay, and after that, we need to open the file where we want to write something. Guys, I will repeat one thing. If the file is already created, it will open that existing file. Okay, if it is not created, then it will create a new file. Fine. So for the time being, you can see I don't have any other extra file created. I have the f1.txt file here, right? So let's do one thing. I will use this f1.txt file only for the time being. And let me show you how to write data into this file. And we already have some data here. See, we already have some data here. I will try to write some other data into it. So let's go back to this file, and here, as I said, we already have this. So I will use my file pointer equal to, we know that we can use the fopen function, right? So fopen, here I need 2 arguments, that is first the path to the file and then the mode, right? You know that, right? I've already told that. Guys, if you have not watched that video, please go back and watch the video, because otherwise you will be getting a difficulty to understand this part of the code. Okay, so as I said, let me take the file name. Simple, as I have showed you earlier. You right click on the file and go to copy path reference and copy the absolute path. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Inside the double quotes, I will paste it, and it's a very long path. So I'll just minimize the size of the screen a little bit. Okay, and then the mode, guys. Here we are trying to write data into the file. So I'll write W here. Okay, fine. And then let's do the other stuff. As I said, let us handle the error message if the file was not opened successfully. So I'll just say if fptr is equal null, that means the file has not opened. What I will do, I will just print error opening file, and I will just give an exclamation mark and say /n to go to the next line. Okay, and then I will return 1 because this is not correct. Okay, this is some error that happened while we are trying to open that file. Okay, then after that, we have a special function which helps us to write some data into the file, that is called fprintf. Okay, this is the function. So I'll use that here, and let me write one thing here. This is used to write data into a text file. Okay, now I will just use fprintf. You can see here And first of all, it takes the file, and then you can write it in double quotes, whatever you want to write. Okay, so I'm just writing hello file handling in C programming is interesting. And let me give a slash n so that I can go to the next line. After that, let me again write fprintf, and here again I will take the stream or the file pointer, and then here I will write something else. I am Saurav from Coders Arcade teaching you file handling. Okay, and let us again give a slash n so that we can be ready with the next line. Okay, and as I said, just we'll use f close to close the file, because after utilizing the resources we have to close the file. Okay, here I will simply pass the file pointer. Okay, so hope you have understood this. Now you can see here, guys, we already have this f1.txt which has some data here. See, we have this written here. Now let's try to write this here. Okay, so I'll run this now. Let's see if this is working or not. Okay, you can see there are no errors, and obviously there will be nothing displayed here, but let's go to that f1.txt file and see. Okay, guys, see here. Hello, file handling in C programming is interesting. I'm Saurabh from Coders Arcade teaching you file handling. But guys, did you observe something? The earlier data that I had is gone. So guys, if you are doing this for the first time, please be careful with this. Okay, don't use the write mode directly. If you have to update some data, then this is very wrong. You should not be doing it. So I will show you here again. If I go back here and say if I write is interesting, and then let me write my whole name. I'm saying Saurav Sarkar from Coders Arcade teaching you file handling, and let me give double bars and say writing file. Okay, now let me see what we had here earlier. We had teaching you file handling. Now I'm updating the data. Okay, I'm updating it like this. So let's see what happens, and say I am deleting the first line here. Let me delete this first line. Now let me run this again. Okay guys, it says no errors, but let's go back to the file and let me open this. You can see here I have it written, but the problem is the earlier data is erased. It's not updated, it's erased. So the write mode only erases and creates a new, overwrites the data. Okay, if you see this, it actually overwrites the W mode here, it overwrites. Okay, W or write mode overwrites the data. So you have to be very careful while using it. Okay, that's why I've given the stars here. So now guys, we already had this f1.txt file, correct? So we overwrote this. If you want to create a new file, you can just do this. You can write f2.txt in the same location, and let's see what happens now. So right now f1.txt has this data. I will close this, and if you see here, I don't have any f2.txt file here, correct? So if I go back here now, if I run this, see, no errors. And let's go back and verify. You can see f2.txt is a new file created by the code. And if you open this, I have the data written here. See, got it? So I'll repeat. As I said here, created. If the file is already created, it will open the existing one and overwrite it. Otherwise, if it is not created, it will create a new file. That's what I showed you. Okay. So please remember that, and please be careful with writing something to a file, because we should not be using the write mode if you are updating some data. If it's a new file, then it's okay. Otherwise, you should not be using the write mode. Okay. So for that, I will show you the solution how to use the append mode, and that will be the third part of this video. Okay. the third tutorial. So I hope you like this, guys. If you really like this, please like and share it with your friends and family. And also, if it's a really win-win situation, if you are not having to pay anything, I request you to please subscribe, because it really motivates us a lot to help you and bring more content like this. Okay, please guys, I'm requesting you a lot, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot, and happy learning. Bye bye, and see you in the next video. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Coder Circuit. In this video, this is the third part of file handling in C programming. Okay, and today we'll be learning how to append data into a file. Okay, so before starting this video, I would like to request all of you, as usual, to please like and share our videos, because it really motivates us a lot and it really helps us to bring more better content to you. Because when we know that you are liking and subscribing, we actually get to know that you are actually viewing the content. Okay, so thanks for supporting, guys, and I hope you'll be supporting us more and more. So, as I said, today's topic will be file handling in C, how to append data into a file. Okay, so let's get started. I'll directly go to my IDE. Here I am inside my IDE. Guys, if you just go back, and here is that earlier video file where we are learning how to write data into a file. Okay, so as you see, we created a file pointer, and guys, you will not understand if you have not watched the video. Okay, so please go ahead, and I will give the link in the description and also in the I button. Please don't forget to go and watch that video, understand that properly, and if you have any doubts, post your doubts in the comment section. I'll be happy to clarify them. And after understanding the entire concept of writing data into a file, we can move ahead and come to this video. Okay, so thank you. As I said, we create a file pointer, and then we use the fopen function, which takes two arguments, the name of the file and the mode. Okay, so we have three modes: write, read, and append. Right, read is to read the file, write is to write some data, and there was some drawback with this write mode. Okay, and we also showed how to handle the errors by using this equal null option. So if the file pointer is null, that means if you have given something wrong in this path, then it will not be able to open this file. Okay, and it will return this message and also 1. Got it? So what that means is, see right now, my location is C user Saurav, etc., etc., and last finally f2.txt. Okay, if I go here and show you, this is my f2.txt. Okay, and here I had some data. I'm Saurav Sarkar from Das and teaching you this. Fine. So guys, in this file, what happened is, I already have this, and so let me just show you one thing to just give you a small recap. I already had this text file and I have some data in this, okay, written there. Now let me just write, say, some other trainer from our company, say Nikhil, right? And let me run this now. And let me erase some data. Okay, I'm just writing I'm Nikhil Rai from Codus Arcade, and let's go back to this file. Here we have this data right now. You can see we have this entire data now, and we are writing some data again to this file by using this code. Okay, so the fprintf command is doing it. We are just passing the file and then the text that we are trying to write into that file. After that, obviously, we are closing that file. Let me run this and show you. So running this, see, there is no error. So let's go to that file and see what happened. You can see, guys, the earlier data is gone and we have some new data into it. So this is a very bad practice when you are trying to update some data or trying to append some data into a file. Okay, because the earlier data will be overwritten. Okay, that's a very bad practice. So if you're doing this for the first time, this is not a good thing. So guys, I have already told this in the earlier video, the part 2, and now in the part 3 I will show you how to actually deal with this problem, because this is a very bad practice, right? So here what we will do, even if I write here, see, suppose if I'm going back again and writing, say, Chandan, and running this file, and just say I don't write anything here, run this now. See, no errors. Let's go back, and if you confirm, see, the earlier data is gone. So that's a very bad practice. So for that, I have created a new file, and here I will show you how to actually do this in a proper way by appending data to the file. Okay, so as goes the name, append data to file. So first of all, I'll create a file pointer fptr, and with that file pointer I will use fopen, and it takes two arguments, as I said, the file name and the mode. Okay, for the w mode it will only write data. Okay, so here I have to give the path. So what I do, I will just take f1.txt path like this, copy path reference and absolute path. Just go back to our file, and here I will just pass the path. Okay, it's a very long path. So after that, what I will do is, okay, you can see this is the mode. Fine, and I will write A here, guys. Please remember, R is for read, W is for writing or overwriting, and A is for appending data. Okay, you can add extra data into it. Fine, and let me create a new file. Okay, or let me just try with this one, f2.txt. I am Chandan. Fine. So what we do, I'll just go here and let me say f2.txt. Now let me just try to write something, and let us handle the error also. I will just say if fptr equal null, then we will return an error message like this: error opening file /n, and then we'll simply return some unknown value, say return 1. That means there is something wrong. Otherwise, the exit code is 0, right? After that, simply we'll use the fprintf function, and I will pass my pointer, and then I will pass the data that I want to write. Okay, so I'll just say /n, and I'll write I am Saurav and j/n. Okay, so that I can get the data in the next line. Make sense? After that, obviously, I have to close the file. So f close our pointer. Got it? So guys, we have used the A mode or the append mode, and I'm trying to write some data into the f2.txt file. Just see here. This is I am Chandan, and I'm appending I am Saurabh here. Let me run this and check. So no errors. Let's go back to that file and see what we have got. Yes guys, you can see here I'm getting I am Saurabh. So there is no problem in this. Got it? So we have successfully added some extra data into the file, and by keeping the earlier data intact. Okay, that's great, right? We have learned something very good. So now let me add some other data. I will just say, let me remove that /n now, and I'm just saying I am Nikhil. Let me run this now and let's see. Okay, you can see no errors. And let me go back here, and you can see I'm Nikhil. So this is appending data to the file, guys. And if you want to see how to get this warning message and how to get this printed, I'll just give a random dummy folder A which is not existing and write this. So this path is absolutely wrong, because inside file handling I don't have a folder called A. If you just see here, inside file handling I don't have any folder called A, right? Here in this part, not there. Got it? So in that case, this is not gonna work. Let's see what we get now. If I run this now, just see what happens. See, error opening file, and see the exit code, which is 1. That means the path to that file does not exist. Clear? So let me just again correct this so that we don't get that warning again. And let me say I will write Ujjwal, and let me run this now. Okay, as you can see here, no errors. And if I go back to the file, you can see I am Ujjwal has been appended. So this is how you add extra data into a file, or this is how you append data into a file. Okay, guys, this is easy and simple, but if you don't practice, you will not understand. I hope you understood this video. Guys, if you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. And at the same time, please, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, because that will really motivate me to create more and more better content for you. Okay, so thanks for watching. Till the next time, this is Saurabh signing off. Bye bye and happy learning.